Hey there drone fans, Rick here again from Drone Valley. In today's clip, I'd like to provide an update on the 6-in-1 charger for the Mavic 2 Quad. I reviewed this product a few months ago on the channel, and after extensive testing here in the shop and using it myself for a couple of weeks, I fell in love with it because it allows me to quickly charge up to 4 Mavic 2 batteries at the same time while also charging 2 other devices through these USB-A connections on the end. And the best part is, it actually charges my batteries faster than the original charger. And the reason for that is each one of these individual connections delivers 4.5 amps of current, which means it's gonna power up those batteries a lot quicker than the original charger, which only charges a single battery at a time, and it only provides 3.4 amps of current. So you can do the math on that. Less current means a longer charging time on the batteries. Now you might be wondering, can the batteries handle it? They absolutely can. Then the next question is going to be, well, why didn't DJI build a bigger charger? They certainly could have, but you're not going to be carrying this around with you. So I think they look to make this as portable as possible and kind of strike some balance between charging times and portability. Now you can use the hub, right? If you bought the Fly More combination, you can connect this up to the 4-port hub on here and put 4 batteries in and charge those as well, but they don't charge them at the same time. They charge them sequentially. Like I'd mentioned in the clip, it'll take whichever battery needs the least amount of charge that first, then move on to the next one and eventually get through all 4 of them. And that works okay if you've got a lot of time to charge your batteries, but if you wake up on a Saturday morning and have to get out the door to go fly, being able to plug 4 batteries into this, your controller and your tablet at the same time, and have them charge up pretty quickly is really a major benefit. All right, so we put that product on our website. Everybody was happy with it. They were buying it. It turns out a couple of weeks into the sale of that product, there were issues. And it was kind of a strange issue. We got a couple of customers that said, we're using the charger and all of a sudden I can only charge 3 batteries at one time. If I recycle power, it comes back and it works, but I keep losing one of the legs. So I immediately sprang into action because I don't like products that I've tested having problems in the field. So I thought, maybe it's just a problem with one charger. So send it back. We'll send you another one. We send them a return label. Of course, we'll take care of all that for you. Send them a free replacement because we stand behind everything we sell. Got the charger back in the shop, and sure enough, if I were charging 3 batteries, every now and then I'd lose one of the legs. So I spent a little bit of time looking into it. Now, not to get too nerdy, but I want to explain it so you understand what happened. The charger itself is really the first version they've made that'll charge 4 batteries. This company is a company we work with for years. They're wonderfully reliable, but all their chargers up to that point would charge 3 batteries and 2 other USB devices. The first one we've sold from them that actually charges 4 batteries simultaneously. Well, it turns out inside, in the circuitry, they basically got 2 circuits that run that have a regulator for each of those circuits. There's an A side and a B side inside the charger. Each of those circuits can charge 2 batteries. The condition we found that forced the charger to fail was if you were charging and you don't know which side you're on. I mean, obviously you don't have to know that, but if you were charging one battery on, let's say this is on the same side of the regulator, if you were charging one battery here and the charger was on and charging that battery, if you connected another battery up to this while that was going on, you stood the chance of resetting that leg. Now, it depended really on how much of a charge that battery needed, because the testing we did was batteries that were above 50% didn't cause the problem that often. Batteries that were below 50% caused the problem almost repeatedly. So we immediately, once we realized that, got in contact with the engineering group and said, hey, you got an issue with that charger, you got to take care of it. So they went back to the labs really quickly and modified some of the software that's inside here that controls that charging circuit, and they came out with a B version of the charger. A couple of weeks later, it wasn't that long. So if you bought the original charger and it was an A version and you did that to it, you would have that leg reset. But I don't like having a product out there that's not working. So I contacted all those customers and said, hey, if you're having trouble with the charger, let us know. We'll send you another one. You can send that one back and we'll take care of all the shipping both directions. So we got a bunch of those back and we changed them out and everybody was happy. The B version of this works really well. So the modified version of it, of the original version of the charger works great. The 1A version, not so great. The B version works great. So we took care of all those problems, not a big issue. The challenge now is that because that charger's been changed, a lot of companies out there are buying up that A version and they're selling them all over the place. So if you go on some of the popular auction sites or maybe even some of the retail sites out there, it's hard to tell that you may be buying one of those chargers that could be flaky for you. Now, if you don't abuse it, and by abuse I mean if you do what I tell you to do, you connect the batteries up before you power anything up, then power it up at one time, it'll gradually come up and start charging all those devices. The abuse part is if it's already on and you smack a battery on it, that inrush current to the battery is going to drive that regulator circuit nuts. So if you have an A version of it, you might have that problem. If you have the B version, I've tested it extensively and abused it. I've connected batteries up that were at 5% charge. It survived that. I connected 3 batteries up. I had 1 battery connected and charging. I connected 3 more batteries up to it. It survived that. So I'm sure that it's bulletproof. I have no problems with the B version of it. They've since come out with a version 2 of it, which is a little bit different. So what I'm going to do with this clip, the reason I'm doing the clip is number one, if you bought this from us and you have problems with it and you decided not to contact us, or if we've missed you in the replacement schedule, send me an email. The email address is down below in the comments. I want to take care of. I want to make sure that anything we ever sell on the website is fully covered by us, and we're going to stand behind it. So if you bought one of those and you're having issues, and maybe you're a little bit shy and you don't want to contact us, send me an email. I want to get that sorted out for you. The second reason I'm doing the clip is because I fully expect these are going to be flooding the market at a very reduced price. So it's going to look just like this. You're not going to know that it's the A version of it. You're going to think you're getting a great deal. You're going to get it home, plug it in, you're going to have problems with it. So I want to try and give you an idea of how you can tell the difference. The version 2 is a little bit different in size and complexity. So the unit itself almost looks exactly the same, but what you'll find is the unit 2 is a little bit longer. So if you put them side by side, this one is a slight bit longer than the original version. It's also a lighter version of blue. This is a darker version. This is more of a lighter version of it. But the big reason you can tell the difference between them is if you look on the front of the unit, you've got a connection here for your voltage, and you can connect this up to your wall outlet, and you've got a cooling fan on the right-hand side. If you look on the back, on the newer version, the cables come out the back on the same side as the cooling fan. On the original version, the cables come out on the same side as the AC outlet. So if you're seeing a charger like this for sale and people are giving you a really good price on it, just take a look at the picture. If you've got the AC outlet and the cables coming out the same side, you've got a version 1 of the charger. Now, I'm not saying avoid it, but definitely ask the question if they're selling you the version A or the version B, because if you get the version A, even though it looks like a really good deal, you might get it home and have trouble with it, and it may not bother you. You may be happy, resetting it and going through those motions if you have to, but why would you do that if you can avoid it? Now, the version 2, brand new, we got plenty of these in stock. It's rock solid. It's a little bit larger than the original one, so I like that they changed the cabinet a little bit, but you'll know it immediately, again, by identifying the fan and the cables being on the same side. Having said all that, I have plenty of these in stock, so if you're still in the market for this and you want to buy the charger, again, I'm doing this because there have been a lot of scuttlebutt out there. We've gotten a ton of questions because people are saying, hey, I bought it on this website. I tried it, it didn't work, and you recommended it. Well, we didn't sell it to you. You bought it somewhere else. I can't really vouch for it. But more importantly, you probably bought the 1A version of it, and that's why you're having trouble with it. Now you know the difference between them. So if you're going to shop on some other website, look for the version 2. We have them in stock again. We're very competitive on prices, but I always tell you probably can find them everywhere on the web. But if you want to support the channel, use us, and we can guarantee you're going to get it. Plus, we stand behind the product. So if you ever have trouble with it down the road, we're going to be here to replace it or rectify that problem for you. Now, we sell it in 2 versions. We sell it as a standalone charger for a single price. We also sell it with 2 of what I call the universal cables. A lot of guys like these. It's got a USB-A connection on the end, which plugs into the charger. The other end has got a lightning connection on it, and it's also got a dongle, so you can pull the lightning connection off and have the micro USB. So it's perfect for charging your controller and for charging your iPhone. So you can, or Apple product, you can use it for that. You can also use this if you want to do smart controllers. It'll charge the new DJI smart controller with a USB-C connection. We don't have that cable included with it, but you can charge it. It won't quick charge that because it's a 2 amp circuit, which charges it slowly. But again, if you're charging in a couple of hours, you could plug everything in and charge it up at the same time. You'd be good to go. So that's pretty much it. So again, in conclusion, if you bought one of these from us and you're having any kind of questions, problems, or issues, please send me an email and we'll definitely get back to you right away and make sure we get everything sorted out for you. If you haven't bought the charger yet, trust the charger. I love this charger. I have one of the 1A versions and have never had a problem with it because I don't plug batteries into it when it's turned on. I make sure that everything's connected and then turn it on, and it's been working flawlessly. But trust the charger. It's a great charger, especially if you get the version 2 of it. You're not going to have any issues down the road. But again, customers of ours, we're going to stand behind anything we ever sell you. So if you have problems, please contact me. I want to make sure everything is good. And that's pretty much it for today. So thanks again. I'm sorry if I went on a little long here, but I get frustrated when I see these kind of things happen in the market space without the consumer really understanding it. Hopefully I've explained what happened and how you can rectify that and be aware of what's coming next. So thanks again for watching. I have a ton more clips coming, so stay tuned to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. We love new people joining the family, and I love letting you know when new stuff is coming out. So stay tuned to the channel. That's pretty much it for today. So thanks again for watching, and until next time, happy flying.